You guys, hope you're all good. So in today's video, we're going to learn how to hook and do a little bit of a how-to for you guys. For those of you who don't know, a hook is basically going at an obstacle or a step at speed, and instead of going straight to the top like with other techniques, you do a kind of two-part maneuver where you basically ram into it with your front wheel just over the edge, your back wheel halfway up the obstacle, and then kind of lever everything up using what we call a hook technique to get yourself and the whole bike up on top of it. It's a pretty advanced move, but it's really valuable because it's pretty much the only way, no matter how good you are, to get up and onto walls above chest height. So as you can see behind me, we've made a 9 pallet stack, which is a kind of medium size. That'd be a pretty big up to do like with like a bunny hop or anything. And just to get started, we've put a little bit of a slope. So if you guys never tried the technique before, you're gonna need to try it with a little bit of a slope in front of it. And then as we go, we're just gonna sort of take the slope away, hopefully go a little bit higher and try and do pretty much a vertical hook. How would you explain to the viewers what stage you're at with this technique?
Done a couple like that with a slope, not very good though.
You want to give one a blast? Going from like not doing any hops the last few weeks to massive ones. Whoa. Need to go a wee bit faster. My first main point with the hook technique, which is pretty much the opposite of what we've been telling you for all the other techniques, is rather than going at a good slow speed, the hook technique is all about going pretty fast, pretty aggressive, because it's all about just getting as much momentum as you can, and the faster you're going, basically the bigger hop pop you're going to get on that second part. Kind of like the up to front, there's quite a fine line between perfect placement of your front wheel and not getting your front wheel high enough. That's where the slope kind of comes in handy. It's a little bit more forgiving. You alright?
Yeah. Kind of saw it coming. Like,
it's all about just getting that practice, getting the sweet spot. So basically, if you go too far forward with your front wheel, you're just not going to get that sort of hook. Your bash guard's going to potentially hit the corner of the wall. And then obviously if you go too low down with your front wheel, you're running the risk of basically kind of like nose diving into the wall, which is obviously the last thing you want. So just try out the technique and just sort of work on getting that sweet spot. Yo. Yes. Yes. Feeling better?
yeah.
It is horrible, like those front wheel into the thing, aren't they? Yeah. I'll give it a few blasts. For some reason I quite like doing it with the sort of limited run up. So it means I can kind of gauge my speed a little bit better. I cannot imagine doing a proper hook today.
Nice.
So nice with the slope bit. One other pointer actually, whether it's with a slope, front or vertical, once you start getting hooked better and better, one thing you might struggle with, basically your forward pedal touching the wall. It's not so much of a big deal, but obviously if you're in a competition or something, that's like a point against you. It doesn't look as good if you're on the street. So rather than going at it with your feet at your sort of typical sort of angle, just as you hit, you kind of cock back maybe like a few engagements, so your front foot's just a little bit further back. It just means you're more likely to not clip the corner of the wall. So I think what we'll do now is maybe keep it the same height, but just make the blue pallet a little bit steeper.
Yeah.
That'll make it a little bit more realistic. And then after that, maybe put it one higher and then take the pallet away, or make it completely vertical.
Nice.
So satisfying when it works well.
Yeah.
Basically, as you get steeper and steeper, it just gets more and more important to basically get that front wheel just over the edge and to get the weight over the front and to basically go really fast. Confident?
Not really.
Jumpers off.
Let's see what happens.
Nice drop and roll white t-shirt now available. Yeah, that's nice. Yes, Ras, that's nice. That's a weird thing, like it probably felt like that was almost like too low, but it actually was almost perfect. So you're left foot forward, so try, if you come at it, yeah, it just means you're like less likely to catch your pedal, and it also just takes the steepness out of it ever so slightly. So when I go to do like a vertical one, I will be doing it this way because I'm right foot forward, but if you go like that, so big strong pedal strokes.
It is quite a bit higher, like that one pallet.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yo. Oh. Yes.
But up for drop.
Boom. Eesh. Definitely all about the angle and cocking the pedals back a little bit for that one. You try it with maybe one more on and then vertical.
Yeah.
It's something like the hook. When you go vertical, you basically have to be a certain height, otherwise it just doesn't really work. So like, it's actually harder. Do not lower. Let's say like the height that we've got it, which is like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pallets is probably like minimum vertical hooking height. Obviously with the pallet, you can do the technique lower, but once you go vertical, it needs to basically be at least like this height. Like what we would call nipple height. No matter who you are, you definitely can't do, well, yeah, I wouldn't say anyone's ever bunny hopped
No.
that high. You could do it with a big bump, but if you find that in the street into a line, you definitely be needing to hook it. It's funny what one extra pallet does to like change the complexion about something. Go from being like super chill to suddenly pretty high, especially with this run up.
Nice.
That's one thing, like when you go too much, or when you go at an angle, you need to be so strong with your arms, because otherwise there's just so many forces like twisting. Your arms kind of like buckle. It's definitely about the front wheel there as well. Like, it's so scary because the ones that you get sweet for a split second kind of feel like you've maybe not put it up high enough. You're just almost waiting to hit the edge, but as soon as it goes over, you're like perfect. Oh my god, it's a beast now. So we've basically made it completely vertical and 10 pallets from nearly shoulder, so it's like 5 feet. Oh my god, it's so much more horrible when it's steep. damn it! I think I maybe touched my pedal with it ever so slightly, so I need to just do it again, but just remember to like cock my pedals back a couple of engagements, I think, just to make sure I get a clean bump. Oh, too much angle. Oh man. Oh man. So I'm basically there, I'm getting my front wheel too high, rather than just like going from like there and up, I'm like here, and by that point you're kind of too late. Okay?
Yep.
I think that one was better. Need to watch it back in slow-mo, but yeah, I think I'll call it a day at that. Pretty stoked to learn again, stoked to see Rory's progression. Yeah, if you do have any more questions on the technique, please hit us up in the comments below. Also love to hear what you guys want to see us do next. If you do want to hit up Rory on Instagram, I'll tag it here, and if you want to see some more from the channel, it'll be awesome if you subscribe. Peace.